Hello everyone, this is Ninja Girl Sakura here, back with the final part of my Kingdom Hearts 3 Let's Play. Yes, this is going to be it, because we have a secret boss to take on, and after that, my plan for this video is to go ahead and view the secret ending, and then share some final thoughts on the game. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy, but yeah. Here is where our secret boss is. Right here. Battle gate number 14. Oh, I should show you all my stats and stuff before we go in. I am level 99. I have 100% of the game. So yes, I have the platinum. And I have every piece of equipment you can make, because that's part of what you gotta do. So yeah, ultimate weapon. Hell yes. Oh, I should switch favorite deputy for Crystal Snow just because I like it. There we go. Oh, Donald and Goofy have saved the Queen, saved the King, respectively. You get the idea. So yeah, I guess let's just take on this secret boss, because I'm going to tell you right off the bat, he's not hard. He's really not. Unfortunately, this is the only secret boss really in the game. Yeah, there's the rest of the battle gates, but that's just standard enemies, you know? There we go. But yes, here he is, Dark Inferno. He's not hard at all, really. Now to show off the ultimate weapon, Shotlock, which is pretty incredible. Ah, where'd he go? I've only fought this guy once, but ow, ow. Yeah, he did not do that much damage. This is nothing like what Sephiroth would have done to us. Ah, Sora, get up. Where are you? Where'd you go? There you are. Ow. Try that again. Ow. You know, I wanted to block you. I was going to. Gotcha! Ow! Still nothing, really. How about Shotlock? Oh! I should try and show off ultimate form. Ow! Oh, I wish you had Reflect, Sora, but no big deal. Let's see if I can get enough hits on him to get ultimate form. Nice. Ow. Ow. Sandaza. Not bad. But I want ultimate form now. Come on. I really want it. Ow, ow. There. I dare you to try that again. Can you not block that move? I'm starting to think you can't. Ow! You should be able to block those. Maybe I'm doing it incorrectly. Gotcha! Ow. This is good practice though for critical. Because I bet you it won't be that easy. I cannot wait for it to get out there. I cannot wait for critical mode to get released, because I'm so ready for it. Come on! Oh, you did that again? Ow! Ow. Ow. If there is a way to block that, I have not, whoa, figured it out yet. Stop that! You're still gonna lose. Yeah, you must not be able to block that at all. I guess, you're supposed to dodge that. There we go, ultimate form. Oh, you're so dead. Gotcha. That is the power of ultimate form. It's so cool. Very hard to get. Well, not very hard, but it's a bit of a grind, but it's very much worth it. But that is the secret boss of Kingdom Hearts 3 until, hopefully, we get DLC and get more stuff. Like, maybe we get to refight the Organization 13. That would be nice.
Come on, fellas.
Coming, Goofy. Now, I need to go back to the save point so I can get to the menu so we can view the secret ending. Maybe discuss that, and then I will share some of my final thoughts on the game. Let's see. Title screen. Yes. Oh, you do get a reward from Dark Inferno, but I forget what it is. It's an accessory. But what we want is to go into the theater. Yes, I know. And there's the epilogue, which was wild. But what we want is a secret movie. Now, I have seen this a couple times. Yeah. I won't lie, I did. I did look it up on YouTube right after I finished the game, but I was not in the right frame of mind. I did record it, but I'm not happy with it. I was just not in the right frame of mind, so, yeah. This will not be a blind reaction to it, but let's watch it and discuss what's going on here. But yes, Yazora, let's go. Let's see where our sweet, precious Sora could have ended up. I must say the secret ending looks fantastic. Whoever animated it. And at least we know Sora's still out there. Look at him, he looks so good! He really does. And now Riku. If you play The World Ends With You, you might know where that is. Where Riku is, I'm not exactly sure. That music remind you of Final Fantasy 15 at the end? A little bit? Now here's the confusing part. Yazora. What the heck? He's in the Toy Story world. He's a video game character. How is he here? And this, if it wasn't obvious, is the Master of Masters. Reconnect Kingdom Hearts. That is, for now, our only hint to where the saga is going. Besides, of course, the epilogue. The epilogue is... Whew! Pretty wild, to say the least. But okay. So, where is Sora? That is the big mystery. And, like I said, if you play The World Ends With You, it's pretty obvious. He seems to be in Shibuya. Shibuya from The World Ends With You. Or some form of it. I believe Nomura stated something about that in the Ultimania. It might not be the same Shibuya exactly from The World Ends With You. It's confusing. It's very, very confusing. As for Riku, I don't know where he is. The biggest mystery with where he is how is Yazora there? Because he's not... He's a video game character, supposedly, in the Toy Story world. So how the heck is Riku... Yeah. How is he where Riku is? It's very weird. Also, the music is, when Riku sees Yazora, is very much like... What is the title of it? I want to say Insomnia? From the end of Final Fantasy 15, right before the big final showdown. So, yeah. I think Nomura might still be a little bit upset that he got kinda tossed off the project. But, yeah, so it's just so weird, but it's all we have to go on right now. So, our sweet precious boy, our sweet Sora is, if he is in Shibuya and is going to be part of the Reaper's game, that means, yes, he is dead, technically, which is what the ending was meant to imply. I missed it. The first time I watched it, I addressed that in the previous video with the ending. Yeah, I totally misunderstood it there, but it breaks my heart because of Kairi, and yeah. But now that we are done kind of discussing the secret ending here, it's kind of time to discuss my final thoughts on the game overall. Because this game, for the fandom, has been very divisive. Some people like it, some people absolutely hate it. Some are in the middle, but yeah, this game has been quite divisive among the fan base. I must admit, despite certain things, I absolutely loved this game. There was so much that I did enjoy. There were moments that we waited a long time to see that we actually did. There was a lot of good in this game that I think far outweighed any bad. I definitely need to address the elephant in the room, and that is Kairi. That is the one thing that I am not happy with at all. I should say more, I am torn about how she was handled in this game. Let's start with the good. She had some of the most beautiful moments with Sora that you have ever seen between the two of them in this game. The Palpu Fruit scene, and yeah, her scene with him in the Keyblade Graveyard, that was absolutely beautiful, and I lived for it. It was absolutely, oh my god. It made me more than happy. I did want to kiss really bad. I thought they were going to kiss when they were during the Palpu Fruit scene. I really thought they were. But you know what? I'm darn happy with that Palpu Fruit scene. Them sharing it finally and acknowledging that they are in love. It was beautiful, and yeah. And the next scene she was in with Sora that I just talked about, when she saved Sora in the Keyblade Graveyard, that scene was beautiful. Him holding her hand. I loved that. Besides those two scenes, we did not get to see much of her, but we had to acknowledge that Kairi was there fighting with everybody else. People are overlooking that right now. Kairi is getting a lot of hate. It's pissing me off. But, yeah. People must be blind or something, because, yes, while what happened did happen, she was still out there fighting with everybody else. She was out there trying to do her part. We just didn't get to see much of it. That's the problem. But yeah, I do need to address the bad here. And I'm not blaming Kairi. I am blaming Nomura for this. Because he basically used her as a plot device toward the end of the game. Her crowning moment was her saving Sora. During the Keyblade Graveyard incident, you know, when they held hands. It was beautiful, like I said, so many times. I live for it. I love it. Yeah, I believe that is the moment. That was supposed to be her shining moment, and it was beautiful. It was. I absolutely adored it. But after that, Kairi kind of got railroaded by Nomura here, and it does upset me greatly, because she has so much potential. She always has. And this was supposed to be where she got the chance to show it. Well, more so than she did. See, here's where I'm torn. I like what she did get. I loved her moments with Sora, like I said, and I absolutely just... her saving him was wonderful. So any of you who might be making fun of, oh, let me keep you safe, her line from the Palpy Fruit scene, don't. Because her saving Sora, when everyone died, basically, and he was going around finding their hearts, she did save him then. That was her keeping her promise, and it's a promise she will continue to try and keep. But anyway, yeah, just... after that, though, she really got railroaded. I'm so dang torn, I really am. But, yeah, of course, she gets grabbed by Xemnas, and everyone's mad because she didn't fight back. Well, I mean, I sort of get what people are saying, but again, this is Xemnas we're talking about here. It did take Sora and Riku to take him out in Kingdom Hearts 2. Kairi would have not stood a chance against him, even if she had managed to get away from him. Also, I did read, this is something interesting that I read from an Instagram post that people brought up. The way, and maybe the reason Kairi could not kind of get away from him, besides how tight he was holding her wrist, because he was. She was wincing in pain because he was not letting go. He didn't care about causing her pain. He was squeezing as hard as he could to, you know, get away with her. So, yeah. But the way, besides that, the way he held her, apparently that is a position you kind of can't get out of. I need to find a link to that Instagram post and maybe put it in the description for you guys. But it's something to factor in besides just saying, oh, she just did try, you know? Although I'm sure people are going to come back with the, oh, it's a world of fiction here. She should be able to do whatever. But, yeah, I mean, just, that moment could have been handled better, but I also know that this is Xemnas. And, yeah. It just sucks that happened. And seeing her killed off, that was my worst freaking nightmare. That is something I was scared Nomura might do, but I didn't think he would have the balls to do it, but he did. And it broke me. You clearly could tell that in the video when you see that particular section of the Let's Play. I snapped, rightfully so, and right now, even still, I want Xehanort's head for that, and Xemnas's for that. But yeah, she was used as a plot device, and she didn't deserve it, and it pisses me off. But at the same time, I like the moment she did get with Sora, and I like that she did get to save his life, in turn allowing him to save everybody else. That is something that everyone's overlooking or saying wasn't that important. That was extremely important, because if she had not done what she did, had her love for him and their bond not kept Sora from fading at the final world, nobody else would have been able to live, because Sora would not have been there to go use the power of waking and save everybody and bring them back. You know? So, that was extremely important. That was a very big thing that she did. But everybody's overlooking it because of what happened with Xemnas. At least it was Xemnas. It's somebody powerful and not weak. But, that moment could have been handled better. But I don't totally blame her for it. I blame Nomura. I could never ever hate Kairi. Never in a million years. I love her so much. I still do. And I'm heartbroken for her. Because now Sora's gone and we don't know when we're going to see him again. Now, as for the rest of the game, I just had to address the elephant in the room because Kairi's my favorite character. I had to come to her defense a little bit here. But, as for the rest of the game, combat-wise, I know a lot of people were worried, it's just gonna be bad combat, like Birth by Sleep or Dream Drop Distance. more so dreamed up distance. Because Birth by Sleep is not that bad compared to that. I'm sorry, that's my opinion. But yeah, before the game came out, everybody was worried it'd be floaty, it'd be bad, yeah. And honestly, it's floaty, yes. But not in a way that's bad, if that makes sense. It feels good. Sora feels good to play as. I'm gonna say that right off the bat. I said that a few times during the Let's Play, but I just want to emphasize that. Sora does feel good to play as. He doesn't feel sluggish or slow, floaty that much at all. He is floaty, but not to the point where it's bad floaty. So yeah. What I will criticize though as far as combat goes is it's way, way too easy to get attraction flows and to get the team attacks like with Donald and Goofy, like Donald or Flare Force, Goofy Bombarder. It's just way too easy. And there's abilities that let you get them more frequently, which I did not equip for a good reason. That's a no-no. I wasn't gonna make the game that was already easy too easy, or even more easy for myself. Okay, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think those are my biggest problems with the combat. Really, just getting the attraction flows and the team attacks were way too easy. They should have been a little bit harder to earn. But it is what it is. With the dry forms, I thought they were pretty cool. I didn't use some of them, really. Like, I think the most I used was guard form at the beginning, because I used the Mount Olympus Keyblade, what is it? I forget its name. Hero's Origin. I used that for basically most of early game. And then, of course, I stuck with Ever After once I got it, because best Keyblade of the game, I'm sorry. Plus, it's from my favorite Disney princess. I was not going to use it. So, yeah, I basically used Guard Form and Magic Form most of the game. And Magic Form with Ever After is really fun. I enjoyed using it. Speed Form, I didn't really use. I tried out Crystal Snow a little bit. Just in my own time. I didn't during the Let's Play. So yeah. But Crystal Snow has a pretty cool transformation. Speed Form's okay. I really love the little nod to Let It Go with the finisher. I really love that touch. It was awesome. With the stomp and the chandelier falling down of ice. That was brilliant. I love that. What's the other form? Power Form. Power Form I didn't really use at all, except for when I was going around looking for ingredients to synthesize stuff, because Favorite Deputy has Lucky Lucky, and, well, that helps. So, yeah, I didn't use it much at all. Like, Drill Punch and all that, it was okay. I didn't like it that much. It was okay, but I definitely prefer Ever After, and, I guess Guard Form for early game, pretty much. So, yeah. The last form to talk about is Ultimate Form. Ultimate Form is OP as heck, but you have to earn it, which I like. It's not super duper hard, but it is a bit of a grind. Because once, like Kingdom Hearts 2, you gotta get 7 Orichalcum Plus. They're from specific locations from doing certain things. A lot of which were mini-games, honestly. And there's one that you gotta get from the Moogle by sending postcards in Twilight Town, so, yeah. My tip for doing that, and make sure you pay attention to what you get, because I actually got it without realizing it, apparently. So, yeah, but just buy, like, a potion or something, you'll get a postcard eventually, send it out until you get your Orichalcum Plus. How long it takes, depends. From what I've heard some people have had a hard time getting it. I had it without even knowing it, so yeah. For one of them, you'll also want to upgrade your Gummy ship, because you do have to take on that ship. Where is it again? It's in the Keyblade Graveyard, the Eclipse Galaxy. Yeah, you gotta take out, like, 4 other ships, and then it will appear. What is it called? The Omega ship, something like that? Yeah, you'll want to upgrade your gummy ship before doing that, but once you beat it, you get your Orichalcum Plus. So yeah, again, like I was saying, it's not super hard, but it is a bit of a grind, and you do have to earn Ultimate Form, and it feels really good once you have it. Trust me. Especially to take out the final boss with. It's awesome. Oh, I did do that already. I was debating whether to do that for this video, but it'd be a bit of a waste of time, sort of. You've seen the final boss, so yeah. But I guess that's all I have to say about the dry forms. Now, as far as worlds, hands down, for the Disney-based worlds, the best world was 100% Kingdom of Corona. 100%. I'm a little biased because of how much I adore and love Tangled, but come on, that world was beautiful. There was a lot to do. There's lots of stuff to explore. It was fun. I really loved it. Getting to hang out with Rapunzel was just so good for me. And I love that they added little interactable things you can do with her. That was a brilliant decision. It should have been implemented more throughout the game, but I guess it would have been a little difficult to program for everybody. And with Rapunzel, it made more sense because she doesn't know about the world, you know, Tower for 18 years and all that. So, but I loved it so much. I loved it, loved it, loved it. Oh my god. And apparently a lot of people agree with me. They loved Corona. That makes me happy. Now, a lot of people didn't really like my second favorite world. Again, I'm a little biased because I adore the movie it's based on. But I really had fun in Arendelle. I know a lot of people have criticized, oh, you're just climbing the mountain, blah, 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 blah. I mean, they're partly right, but I had a fun time. I enjoyed seeing Elsa. I loved the Let It Go sequence. I thought it was beautifully done. Do you want to be a snowman? That was a surprise. Nobody knew about that. They kept a lid on that, so that was awesome. Yeah, I mean, it was fun. I liked playing through the story of Frozen, pretty much. And the wolf boss, I would have rather maybe fought Hans. Maybe. They should have had him in more. I admit that. I agree when people say that. Hans was there for like a split second. But, yeah. The boss, though, wasn't bad. His wolf form or whatever. I think it was supposed to be him. That was pretty good. What would my next favorite world be? What other world did I really have a good time with? Honestly, I guess Big Hero 6 would be my next favorite. Big Hero 6 was pretty cool. I liked hanging out with the crew. And the missions were actually kind of fun. You know, going around San Francisco, doing the courses, going around saving everyone. It was pretty cool, and I really liked the sweet, sentimental ending they had at the end, where you think Hero killed the other Baymax, but he actually took them and just fixed the chip or whatever, or put a new chip in there, and now there's 2 Baymaxes. That was sweet. So yeah, I like that. Monsters Inc., I guess, would be my next favorite. Monsters Inc. was really interesting. It was cool. I'm not a huge Monsters Inc. fan. I think it's a good movie, but I'm not the biggest fan. It's a good movie, though. But Boo was freaking adorable, and the original story was good. I liked that they came up with that. It was a good story. And Vanitas was well implemented. I have to agree. His scene at the end of the world was pretty awesome, and Sully throwing him into the door was freaking hilarious. Oh my lord. A lot of people thought the same. I have to agree. That was that was hilarious. It sort of made Vanitas seem weak, but it was also great at the same time. Yeah. And my least 2 favorite worlds, Twilight Town was good, but yeah. Disney World we're talking about here. I didn't like Toy Box, although my second time around, it wasn't so bad. But the Gigas gimmick that you gotta use throughout the world just really annoyed me, and when you get to that world, you're supposed to be about, what, level 12 or so? I'd have to double check on the world map. But, yeah, it was just... It was annoying, and I had way too much health for that stage of the game. That's, like, the third world you visit, roughly, I think, right? Again, I would have to double check, but... It was just annoying. It really was. And like I mentioned in the video when I was playing through, Toy Box, I got lost finding those magnetic blocks to build the cactar thing to get up to the boss. I could not seem to find them first time around. But second time I did fine, and okay. I guess it might have just been me getting lost the first time around, or missing something. Maybe I didn't hear a character say something that was important. But, yeah, I did not really enjoy Toy Box. I wish I had enjoyed it more, because I know that was apparently a world that Nomura insisted that they put in this game. So, yeah. And the next world I did not like was the Caribbean. The story of the world's fine. That part's fine. Same thing with Toy Box. The story of the world was fine. It's the ship combat in the Caribbean that bothered the heck out of me. Specifically, the ship onslaught that you have to deal with before you head to the boss of the world. It was insane. I kid you not. The video for the Let's Play, I cut so much of it out, but that particular part, I think, in total that video was like an hour and 30 minutes to get that part. Some of it was the previous part of the story, but, yeah, that one section, right before you go and fight the Kraken, that ship battle is ridiculous. Like I mentioned in the video, get your ship to level 2 before you even dare attempt that thing, because it's terrible. I don't know why it is for me, and I guess for others it's not at all, but for me it was terrible, and I hate that, and I'm not looking forward to it on critical mode. But I will get through it. But yeah, I guess that's how I suppose, rank each world. Corona is definitely number 1. I should talk about the links, because I should have mentioned that with the combat, but, the links they're okay, I guess. I didn't really use them at all. Other than that, what else should I address about the game? Well, before story, I should say. The lack of Final Fantasy characters, I suppose, should be my last talking point before going on to the story. There really was a lack of Final Fantasy characters. There was a few nods to Final Fantasy, like the Dissidia display and Toy Box and stuff like that. The Constellations, those were all Final Fantasy nods, which is cool. But we did not get to see Cloud, Leon, Titus, however you would like to say his name, or Yuna, Fairy Yuna, in the Kingdom Hearts universe, or Riku. Riku from Final Fantasy X, by the way, if you're confused. Yeah. And I must admit, I kind of miss them. But I do understand why they were not included, because there were so many Kingdom Hearts original characters that their story needed to be wrapped up. So the story focused on them. I understand. I do totally get the reason why. But it would have been nice to see them, and with the one secret boss we have as of now, that could change in the future. He's pathetic. I'm very sorry. I was really expecting a Sephiroth secret boss, because that's been tradition with the numbered titles. He's in Kingdom Hearts 1, he's in Kingdom Hearts 2. Granted, you can only fight him in Kingdom Hearts 2 once, but, whatever. At least he's there, and you can always make a save file to fight him whenever you want. He was sorely missed in this game. I missed getting my butt kicked by Sephiroth, you know? Because that fight was always fun. Not as good as the Data 13, but Data 13 was Final Mix only. And I think people need to realize that. A lot of the stuff, when people are comparing Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3 right now, I love Kingdom Hearts 2. Especially Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. It's an amazing change on the original Kingdom Hearts 2. One of the best games in the series, and it has the best combat of the series, hands down, even now. It's better than 3's. I have to admit that, and I totally agree when people say that. 3 is very good, though, again. But a lot of the stuff that people are comparing is stuff that was only in Final Mix. You gotta remember that. When Kingdom Hearts 2 first came out, there was no Cavern of Remembrance. There was no Data 13. There was no Mushroom 13. There was none of that. At all. The only secret boss in the original Kingdom Hearts 2. Oh yeah, and no Roxas boss fight, which is a freaking crime because that fight is probably my favorite out of the entire series. As far as like secret bosses go, I love it so much. That fight is amazing. That and Zodiac Phantom Aqua in 0.2. But anyway, none of that was in the original Kingdom Hearts 2. For the original Kingdom Hearts 2, there was only one secret boss, and that was Sephiroth. And that's kind of the same case here, it's just we have Dark Inferno, and not Sephiroth. Which, is a shame again, but anyway. So yeah, I think people need to keep that in mind when they're saying, oh, Kingdom Hearts 3 sucks, because Kingdom Hearts 2 had all this stuff. A lot of the good stuff was Final Mix. So, yeah, and Kingdom Hearts 3 has been confirmed to be getting DLC toward the end of the year, which will add stuff. So, it's sort of going to be getting the Final Mix treatment, so we might get additional cutscenes for the story, which would be fantastic, because there is stuff that might confuse people. We might get, I'm really hoping we get a chance to fight the Darknesses again, the 13 Darknesses, because Kairi is a party member whenever you want. I would love that so freaking much. Or, better yet, make her playable. I'll shout out my idea for that in a minute, but, yeah. We could be getting stuff like that in the future, is the bottom line. We just don't know yet. We know we're getting DLC, and we know there is going to be story stuff included. We don't know exactly how much yet. Yeah. So, that's good. And I think that's something people should keep in mind, though. Because, like I said, a lot of people are saying how much better Kingdom Hearts 2 was. It wasn't originally. Original Kingdom Hearts 2 lacked in post-game, just like this game does right now. But like I said, that could change. We're getting DLC. So yeah. Don't hold that against the game too much yet. So yeah. Same thing with the difficulty. A lot of people are complaining about that. Don't worry, we are getting critical mode. That has been 100% confirmed. We are getting that soon, in fact. We don't know when. There's no release date yet as of this recording. But we are getting it for free. That is going to be a free update that we are going to be getting. The story stuff will probably be paid DLC. Hopefully not expensive. But I definitely want to get it when it comes out. But that's not going to be, I believe, Nomura said till the end of the year, so we have time. So yeah. I guess that's all I wanted to say about that stuff. Now the big kicker, the story. Was the story handled as well as it could have been? Yes and no at the same time. I'm in the middle. A lot of the main Kingdom Hearts plot stuff was saved for the end. I admit that. But it's kind of been that way for every Kingdom Hearts game. Birth by Sleep, the epic stuff at the Keyblade Graveyard in that game, for example, didn't happen until the end. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of always been that way. The epic stuff in Kingdom Hearts 2 with the battle with Xemnas didn't happen until the end. Sure, you got to see the organization members throughout the game, and I guess you did fight some of them, but, I mean, the real epic stuff happens at the end of the world, you know? Or not the end of the world. Pfft. World that never was. What is wrong with me? Yeah. Kingdom Hearts 1 was a bit of a different story because they had a lot of plot spread throughout, really. And they tried to do that with this game, too. They tried to make the Disney worlds mixed with the story as best they could, sort of like Kingdom Hearts 1. It wasn't executed quite as well, but I think they handled it decently enough. But yeah, the main story stuff was saved toward the end. But, like I said, that's kind of been the way it's always been. Did I enjoy what happened at the end? Well, yeah. No joke. Everything from San Francisco, or after San Francisco onward, from the rescue of Aqua to when they are at the mysterious tower having that one final meeting before they go to the Keyblade graveyard. That was heaven for me. It was absolutely wonderful because Aqua got saved. She's my second favorite character. Behind Kairi, she is a strong second. But, yeah, and she and Kairi actually got to have a little conversation. My two favorite characters interacted. You could clearly hear me scream with joy when that happened. So, yeah, that was amazing for me. The Powerpuff scene, oh my god. Beautiful, like I said, so many times. Yeah, that was absolutely perfect. And a lot of the stuff at the Keyblade Graveyard was epic. It really was. But, it was a little fast-paced toward the end. I mean, a lot happened very quickly. I won't lie to you. But I'll say this. When you're playing through it and you're experiencing it, you don't notice how fast the pacing is really going. If that makes sense. So it didn't bother me as I was playing it the first time. But I do see how people could maybe say, oh, the pacing was really off. But again, when you're playing through it, for me at least, it didn't bother me. And again, during those moments, there were some amazing things. I mean, Xion coming back, Roxas, and of course, my Wayfinder trio finally getting reunited. That was beautiful. And the reveal of where Terra's heart has been all along, that was a very interesting, cool reveal. Again, I'd heard that theory, spread out. People had been saying it, but I didn't think they were right at all, but they were. So those who thought, hey, Guardian is some kind of manifestation of Terra, maybe that's where his heart is, good on you because you were right. Good job. So yeah, that was darn cool, and the scenes where they reunite, it's just, well, quick, I guess, were very beautifully handled, in my opinion. It made me happy, it did. But, of course, what didn't make me happy was Kairi getting grabbed by Xemnas and then subsequently killed, because, stay with me now, Kairi is not freaking a plot device. She is a character with her own wants and desires and people she cares about and her own dreams, and yeah. Ugh, I really don't like that is how she was handled at the end. She still got some good stuff, like I mentioned before, but anyway. So yeah, overall, I did really enjoy the story. And like I said at the end of the Let's Play in the final story section, the finale of the story, I do enjoy the story of this game even more than Birth by Sleep, because it made me feel even more than Birth by Sleep did. There was so much good, some bad, Kairi being killed. Anyway, but yeah, and I think that's something to say that's good about this game is, love it or hate it, it made you feel. It made you feel emotions and made you care, And maybe that's due to attachment to certain characters due to what they've gone through previously in the series. But yeah, this game, it made me feel. It made me laugh. It made me cry. It made me get angry. It just made me everything. I felt every kind of emotion you could feel. I mean, the best words I could describe how I was feeling throughout the whole thing. It was just emotional whiplash. So, yeah. I do love this game. I don't like some of the things that happened. One guess what they are, but, yeah, this game, was it worth the 6-year wait? Was that wait worth it? Yes. To me, it was. It's not a flawless game, but it's damn good. And I still give it a solid 8 out of 10. Solid. 100% 8 out of 10. And that could even go up to a higher score. It could become a 10 with whatever the DLC adds. Which leads me to my final point. What will the future of the series be? Well, as of right now, it has been confirmed, like I mentioned earlier, that Critical Mode's coming, but that has nothing to do with the story and where the series is going. We're getting DLC, apparently, that's going to be explaining Shion, and maybe something about Naminé that's been mentioned. So that's going to be interesting, but after that is where we need to focus on. And apparently Nomura wants to make one more game before Kingdom Hearts 4. So, now what could they do for that? Well, I'm hoping to God that they will give Kairi her own game, because she really needs it. She loves Sora with all her heart and soul, and you know that. She has shown that many, many times. They're very deeply in love, her and Sora. Hence, the Palpu Fruit scene. So, yeah. She should be the protagonist of whatever the next game is. She should go out there looking for Sora, because right now she's, if you couldn't tell by her tears at the end, she was freaking heartbroken. Because what happened was the one thing she was trying to prevent. She prevented it once, but she couldn't prevent it that second time. Which sucks, and my heart aches for her, and I want her to have her chance. I want her to have her moment in the sun. I really, really do. So, yeah. What happened just... It sucks. Kairi is without her Sora, and I hate it, but... Yeah, if there is going to be another game before Kingdom Hearts 4, Kairi better be the protagonist of it. What they could do with her? Well, endless possibilities. She could go to various Disney worlds like Sora did, looking for her in the first game. She could be going around trying to find either where his heart is or a way to track his heart. Although, their vow with the Palpu Fruit probably would be an easy way to track him, but maybe she is too heartbroken to realize that at first. Maybe, who knows? But yeah, that's what I'm hoping to God might happen, because Kairi got railroaded in Kingdom Hearts 3 pretty much toward the end. She, like I mentioned, she got some good things, but she also got railroaded. I'm so torn, I really am, when it comes to how she was handled, but that is my hope. That she gets her own game before Kingdom Hearts 4 and gets her chance. But we'll have to wait and see. I just hope that we get Sora back soon, because that... Oh man. Kairi without Sora, I know she's gotta be freaking depressed. And guilt-ridden, because... yeah. Obvious reasons. But, yeah. It's gonna be a while before we even hear about the next Kingdom Hearts title, whether it be this next game or something else. So, yeah. Since we are getting DLC, that, like I said, is confirmed, what other things besides what they have mentioned they're going to do would I like? Well, obviously, Kairi playable DLC. If they decide not to maybe make 13 Seekers playable again, I'm still hoping for that. Or maybe both. I would love both. I would love to have the 13 Seekers fightable again, and I would love a Kairi DLC where she's playable. But you might be thinking, where in the world could they implement it? Well, right after Xemnas teleports away with her, I think would be the perfect place. Now, the problem with that is she would still have to lose. That's the problem, because the story's ending still has to remain the same. So, if she got, like, a boss fight against Xemnas and she was playable, which would be awesome, She would still have to lose, but at least she would go down fighting, and maybe people would shut up about hating on her right now. And how, oh, she didn't try. Maybe she did, and it was off screen. We don't know, because next time we see her, she's knocked out. In the meantime, she could have been fighting him all along, and we don't know, because it was off screen. So, DLC with her playable, adding a fight in there, would really help. Or maybe, I would really love her playable, but if they can only do a cutscene, I would accept that. Show her trying to fight him off. She would have to lose, but at least she would go down fighting, and people would shut up. Because I know she's getting hate, and like I said, it's really pissing me off because she doesn't deserve it. Anyway. But yeah, I guess those are my final thoughts. I do love this game. I'm very excited for Critical. I do wish Kairi was treated better. I'm hoping she gets something with whatever DLC we get. But that's not going to be until the end of the year. So, as far as the future, we know Sora's in some form of Shibuya. We'll have to wait and see where that goes. If it's some kind of World Ends With You 2 somehow, we don't know yet. We just gotta wait for now. But yeah, those are my closing thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. I did my best to do this game as much justice as I could. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, until the next Kingdom Hearts title, I'll see you guys later.